Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 3 as Austria-Hungary. So, just gonna go ahead and start this off. You'll notice that the date of this part at the start is different than the date we had at the end of the last part. There's a couple of reasons for that, and the biggest one is just I've realized a better way to handle the situation regarding invading Anhalt. And I have decided if the game's gonna fuck me over, I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of just better ways to handle that situation. So here we are, we're back in January of 1877. We have not yet invaded Hanover, and we still have a couple of these minor German powers that we have to deal with, but we have a better way of taking over Anhalt. We still need to conquer a couple more of these, so let this play for a little bit more. And let me get my timer started as well. Wait for all those to play out. Spalia. We're still sitting at 20 out of 23. Mecklenburg. 21 out of 23. I'm probably actually going to still have to invade Hanover, so I can get to Brunswick for me to do what I'm trying to do. Yeah, that's looking like that's probably going to be the case. So, okay, in that case, we will adjust our plans accordingly. This is fine. We'll survive. Get those going. Really wish you would stop with the conscription centers, or with the conscripts. because I really do not care for them. Okay, Great Britain is back. They are currently cautious, but that might just because the game hasn't refreshed their attitude towards us yet. Okay, yep. Turmoil ain't doing so hot in Prussian Anhalt, which I did not notice previously. Otherwise, I probably would have chosen some other way of invading. I feel like I should probably be able to actually set you as a strategic objective, but okay. We won't do that right now. You should take Brunswick real quick. Lost the general. You. And you. Apparently you don't have a general at all, because I just never bothered giving you one. Russia, what are you doing? Oh, you're... Okay, you're fighting Britain. Okay, you have fun with that. Gotta wait for the war with Hanover to be over. Now we form Germany. The tireless efforts of statesmen and soldiers has been rewarded. Germany is united into a single state. Ignore Prussia. Through blood and iron, through diplomacy and guile, Germany is united. It is a day of triumph and of reflection. However the future unfolds, the German state will surely play a leading role in deciding the fate of mankind. We can say all hail the Kaiser, or this is a victory for the German people. I think it's more of a this is a victory for the German people type situation, all things considered. Okie dokie. So, Prussia, you got some stuff that I want. And I'm gonna potentially have to fight multiple wars with you over this stuff. Because, one, I'm broke as fuck, and two, I don't have the spare infamy, I think, to reasonably afford to do this. Okay, there we go. We swallowed up Hanover as a result of that. Pomerania we did not get to swallow, so we'll have to take them over differently, unfortunately. But we'll survive that. So, Prussia, I'm going to declare a war on you to... Oh, really? I can't do a return state on Brandenburg. I feel like that's silly. Really, Brandenburg is not considered. I call bull. I really do. Brandenburg and Posen both do not have claims. I say bull. That's bullshit in my opinion. They should absolutely be a return state. Brandenburg, I will only give you the excuse that is Prussia's capital. I still think it's bull, though. And especially for Posen. Posen doesn't have the excuse of being Prussia's capital. The only excuse it's got going for it is probably that a good chunk of the population is actually Polish more than anything else, yeah. And so technically it should go to Poland. But I still think Germany should get a claim on this. Mostly because it's Prussia's. If I get a claim allowing me to demand Prussia returns a state to me for basically the rest of Prussia, with the exception of Brandenburg due to it being its capital, I really think Posen should also have a German claim on it. But hey, what the hell do I know? So, okay. We'll just have to take Brandenburg later down the road, probably, because with all the infamy I'm going to take, trying to take the other stuff, I don't think I can really justify the 26 of Brandenburg. So I think we'll start off with something fairly simple. We will demand that you return the Rhineland to us. No, we'll take Anhalt. And then I'm gonna add on return state of Prussian Brunswick and the Rhineland and East Prussia and West Prussia, and I'm gonna spend the extra oodles of maneuvers to make all of those primaries. And we're gonna hope that the other powers stay out of this. Belgium gets involved. No, I'm not going to bankroll you, Russia. You're going to join because we're best of buds. Actually, I apparently can't do that because I don't have the 20 maneuvers necessary to do it that way. I'll just owe you an obligation. How does that sound? France gets involved. So, I mean, this is still going to be a giant clusterfuck of a war. Which is about what was expected. Sure, whatever. You want universal suffrage? I will ever so slowly work on giving that to you. Nope, not accepting that. We're gonna break ourselves a little bit, passing some of those. But we need them. Just to try to slow the bleeding of our very, very poor economy. France declares us a rival. Have you guys focus on defense? Religious schools is a compromise. We cannot pull the brakes on the engines of progress. Construction. Slow the bleeding a bit more. Probably should have done that a bit sooner, but whatever. Yep, I know, we're in default. We'll find a way to, you know, get out of it, but I need to quickly take Brandenburg. No Anhalts, I'm not taking that. That's a shitty deal. Once we're done over here in the east, we can move to the west and focus our efforts there. Just wish these guys were a little bit faster about it. Ooh, Russia is importing a lot of small arms from us. No. Bad. Bad AI. Bad. We don't give a crap about sending troops to East Prussia. You take Anhalt real quick. Oh, we can technically end the unification, the official unification war. If you guys could just take the Rhineland real quick, that'd be great. You're really struggling with it. Oh, hey, we're making money. It's a miracle. Not sure why that went to Russia, but okay. Belgium's pushing us back, and so are the French. Mostly just because I do not have our troops focus where I would like to have them focus, but that's largely just because I can't. Need to get Prussia out of the war. And then we can do that. These guys are mostly fighting a delaying action. Let's see, let's go through here real quick. Anybody have stuff that they can do that will help us devastate the enemy and potentially speed up the battles? Well, not necessarily the battles, but the okay, that's fine. You know, because if we can just kill more of the enemies, basically, in each battle, that will help us significantly. There we go. Russia's out. Now we can turn all of our attention. Not a great time for revolution, guys. France is willing to accept a white peace. You know what? So am I. I am also willing to accept a white peace. Hey, yeah, so you guys know how I passed a consumption tax on your clothing? Yeah, that was a temporary measure. You no longer need to keep it. Jesus Christ, that alcohol was losing us a shit ton of money. I think I'll let those railways finish building, and then I'm gonna have to pause our construction again. Actually, we'll let the one in Transdubia finish, and then... Oh, Prussian capitalist revolt. Oh, hey, look at that. France and Belgium just fought a war against Germany, and then they immediately turn around and go to war against each other. Okay, sure, France. Why didn't you take Belgium's distraction trying to fight me as a good opportunity to declare war on Belgium and take what you wanted off them? You would have lost less men. And that is not a joke. They would have absolutely lost less men if they had just gone that route. But for whatever reason, that's not the route they decided to take. I was hoping I wouldn't have to actually fight this. I'm gonna have you join the 9th. And same with you. And then add another general because you're gonna be getting a couple more troops. Four more infantry for you. As the flames of revolution encroach on Elbe, a violent strike has engulfed the Hamburg tooling workshops. Fearing escalation and further loss of profits, a cabal of Prussian shareholders have petitioned the government for immediate aid, offering the assistance of off-duty Prussian gendarmes stationed across the border. This is getting out of hand. Accept their aid. Again, I don't know why you're down in Bulgaria, but okay. I guess he just has a thing for Bulgarians or something. Oh, Britain is back to being pissy with us. I don't know what's with all these random armies that are just now popping up all of a sudden. Some of them I can understand to an extent because it's, you know, the miners that we conquered. This one way out here in West Galicia makes absolutely zero freaking sense to me. Oh, the revolution also poofed out of existence. Wonderful. Poland is going to be your headquarters. You also actually have 2 additional infantry that you don't need. I'm going to send them to the guy who could actually make use of them. You need some more lancers and artillery, and you will get them at some point in the future. It's going to be a little while because we are, again, broke as shit. Fortunately, Pomerania would have needed to have had their autonomy decreased prior to me forming Germany for them to, you know, join us willingly now as Germany, so we'll have to annex them, unfortunately. Yep. And we'll incorporate those states because that gets us money! And money is very important. You know, usually there's an event or something that pops up for Krakow, a revolt that happens. It just hasn't happened. For whatever reason, so yep, that's a thing. Also, yeah, I'm not actually going to give them religious schools. Can't justify it. Let's see. So, if we do a reform, we'll lose 1 legitimacy, but we will get the rural folks in, which, how does this impact passing of certain laws that we want to pass? Because I would love to pass compulsory primary compulsory primary school. This would radicalize the industrialists. Would love to pass public health insurance. Again, this would radicalize the industrialists because they just don't like anything. Apparently, even passing no schools will piss off the industrialists. Which, I mean, okay, I guess to an extent, you know, I'm not... Really, restricted child labor would radicalize the trade union. But that's because they're already under the radicalization threshold. And even though they endorse this change, they would still be under the radicalization threshold, I guess, is how the game is wanting me to interpret that. And so they would still be radicalized, even though they would already be radicalized. So phrasing it as this will radicalize the trade unions just seems kind of silly to me. Because they're already radicalized. It'd be one thing if they weren't already, but they are. Basically, no matter what I do, unless I go with appointed bureaucrats, the industrialists will be radicalized. What do I have right now? We have elected bureaucrats, which gives us a minus 15% bureaucracy institution cost modifier. I feel like that's not that big of a deal. You need a government administration. What is your issue? Yeah, okay, yeah, you need another government administration as well. Looks like it's just the 2 of you that need that. Try to eke out some construction while we can. While we have a bit of a budget. Try to prioritize the administrations just a little bit. Let's see. Ludwig Welker, I like you because you want compulsory primary school, and I want that as well. You're currently ranked 28th for literacy. I would like for that to be higher. Oh, hey, the army apparently wants us to pass that as well. I think that's all the more reason for us to pass it then. Oh shit, that actually has a 50% now all of a sudden. I swear that was 11 before. Why did it suddenly jump up to 50%? I don't know. I legitimately do not know. But with 50%, we're going to go ahead and pass it. I don't care if it radicalizes the industrialists. They will get over it. Or rather, they'll have to find a way to get over it. I can rival Bengal? What? Okay, sure, I'll rival Bengal. Why the hell not? That is literally nonsensical, but okay. Bengal rivals us back. Here we go. See, now we're making a decent amount of money. So the armed forces are influential. Wonderful. And yes, you want me to get ironclads. I will definitely be working on that. Upgrade all our capital ships to ironclads. I'm just gonna go ahead and straight up disband some of those because I don't need them. You're giving me a shit ton of infantry that I do not need. And again, I don't know where the infantry is coming from. It's just kind of poofing into existence, it feels like. Because I don't have any orders for them. It would probably help if I switched that, wouldn't it? So we're actually making ironclads. No. This revolution I'm not backing down for. We'll let that run. How much am I losing to interest? Oh, only 70,000. I'm reasonably confident that we can get this passed before the revolution actually has a chance to kick off. Oh, hey, we're number 1. Granted, that probably helps because, or not Russia, Britain having revolts. Yeah, that doesn't help them a whole hell of a lot. Disperse the crowd by force. Next election is next year. Day after Christmas for some reason. Feels like that's a bit weird, but okay. Luxembourg gets along with me, but the Netherlands does not. And I suppose there is the question of... Well, it really depends, I guess, on if I want to form Central Europe. See, to form Central Europe, I need Posen and Brandenburg. Where's Wallonia? Oh, here, okay. I would need to get Switzerland to be a puppet and take over Brandenburg and Posen. That would get us to our 35. Or I can invade Medina and take their stuff. But they're a bloc member, so I can't do that unless I kick them out. And the question is, do I want to kick them out? And I'm generally inclined to say probably not. Why don't you give me Piedmont and I'll give you an yeah, you were never going to accept something crazy like that. That's just a shitty deal. So really, my only option, if I wanted to form Central Europe, would be, well, or go to war with France and take Wallonia. But I'd have to go to war with Luxembourg to take their part of Wallonia as well. Flanders? Then I don't have a land border with it. Same if I were to do the Low Countries, or the French Low Countries. Why is it the French Low Countries? I feel like calling it French Low Countries is a bit weird when it's not owned by anybody else, which also means if you split the French Low Countries, would you end up with the French Low Countries and then say a Belgian French Low Countries? That just seems weird. It should just be called the Low Countries. Makes the most sense to me. Specifically calling it French Low Countries when it's all owned by France is weird. It very much is. That makes absolutely zero sense. I would absolutely love to pass some more of this stuff. Well, not pass, but, you know, raise wages and stuff. Armed forces must be loyal to the state above all else. Really would like to get the petite bourgeoisie up, because I would kill for that 10% loan interest rate reduction. raise the army wages for now, because I can afford that reasonably well. Industrialist, not exactly who I would like to hire, but he's gonna have to do. There we go. Compulsory primary education is off to the races. Opportunistic members of the armed forces have defected to the industrialist side. You bastards. So be it. We'll survive. What's an expensive need for you all? Well, surprisingly, actually, nothing is super expensive for you guys. Clothes seems to be the biggest thing holding back the lower and middle stratas. So, the question there is the obvious, well, what can I do to make clothes cheaper? Well, I could build more clothes factories, but I don't know if I really care to build more clothes factories. Like, do I really need to build more clothes factories? I feel like I shouldn't. Although apparently it would bring in a fair bit, projected earnings per week, so okay, maybe it is actually worth it. Well, yeah, I guess we'll do it then. I'll be a little bit conservative with it, though. We're gonna just build the one in Austria for now. Unfortunately, we're going to be staying friends with Russia for a little bit longer. Generally, my plan was sort of, once we formed Germany, to almost immediately break our alliance with Russia, because I don't really need an alliance with them anymore. At least I don't think I do. Holy crap, we have the largest army. Well, land army. Specifically only looking at professional troops, not conscripted. Conscripted are not included in this equation. Let the procession go ahead. How are you at 52? That doesn't make any sense. Oh. You have some mobile artillery that is way out of date. I thought I already told everybody to upgrade all their troops, but apparently I didn't. Okay. Or it didn't take for you for some reason? One of the two? We'll try to let this part run a bit long, see if we can get compulsory primary school passed. But if it goes too long, we'll end the part. And just continue with that next part. Lower strata have a lot of excess, evidently. They're sitting at 45.6% excess. Realistically, I think the biggest thing that would help them is if I could actually lower taxes. But I can't exactly afford that right now. Otherwise, I would do it. Sell firearms to everybody. Even though we're rivals with Bengal, we're gonna go ahead and ship them some luxury furniture. Election going on is ruining our ability to pass this. Get that continuing. Okay, France has decided they don't want to buy my guns, evidently, so they're going to embargo us. Ludwig Welker's attendance at a bourgeois fundraising banquet in Vienna has led to an uptick in funds promoting compulsory primary school. No, I don't think I really want him to get the grifter trait. So nourishment for the body and the budget. Also, apparently the petite bourgeoisie are no longer powerful. I don't necessarily agree with that assessment, but okay, you do what you want, game. Don't think that's true at all. I would still consider them powerful, especially with 16.8%. But evidently that is not considered powerful enough for you. How's the election going? In favor of the Conservative Party. Which actually is a bit of an interesting party. Landowners, Catholic Church, and petite bourgeoisie is... I don't think I've ever seen that combination. Usually petite bourgeoisie are either with the intelligentsia, or if the army is here, often I find them with the army. But okay, they are with the Catholic Church and the landowners because reasons. Fine. We're gonna go ahead and crack down on the Free Conservative Party. That's the industrialists. We are not big fans of the industrialists. That is insubordination. Get me those universities built. Thank you very much, guys. We're actually losing a bit of money now as a result of that. We'll survive, though. You now support me for German unification. Well, it's a bit late for that. Because we've already formed Germany. You'll notice that your flag has a little German flag on it. Not the same German flag as us, though. For some reason, it's using that German flag rather than ours, which is a bit weird. It really should be using ours. But something's a bit off with the coding, I guess. Or they just, for some reason, don't have this version of the German flag set up to be eligible to show like this, and so it's defaulting to what, the flag of the Weimar Republic, I want to say? Something like that. There we go, compulsory public school. And let's kick education investment up to level 5, because we want that plus 50% education access. Don't really care too much for the plus 62% assimilation, because I've never really found assimilation to do much in this game. Might just be me. But nonetheless, oh, also, Home Affairs, for some reason, is down at level 2. We want to get that up to level 3 as well. Thank you very much. Just noticed that. Now, what kind of laws can we potentially pass at this time? We got a 10% on public health insurance, which, again, would radicalize the industrialists, but they're already radicalized, so who the hell cares if we radicalize them even more? What do we have here for... No, unfortunately, nobody wants to do public health insurance. We got some... Okay, we got some random ass dude here in 1880 saying, hey, I think we should enact debt slavery. Okay. Little bit out of whack, dude. I don't. You're not quite up to date on what's wanted, but okay, sure. You can be the oddball out. I do find it interesting that seemingly partway through this election, the polls had the Conservative Party drop like a rock to the lowest of everybody, and then, boop, all of a sudden pops it right back up as if nothing happened, like the next day. That's a little bit weird to me, but okay. What are you trying to do? You want national militia. I would kindly like for you to piss off, but unfortunately I cannot exile you at this time. You helped me before. But unfortunately, I cannot kick you out now. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for this part. We are 98% of the way there to Germany. Well, to a fully unified Germany, we need to take Brandenburg and Posen off of Prussia, and then get Pomerania to actually be annexed, which is going to take 2 more levels, which is going to be, Jesus, I want to say probably another decade or so, unfortunately, which is very annoying. I really should have reduced their autonomy at the same time that I did Hanover's, and then probably gone to war with, and then formed Germany, and then gone to war with Prussia. But unfortunately, that's not the way I did it, so yeah. Let that be a lesson for you all, as a reminder. If you have a protectorate, and you want to form a country, and that country that you have as a protectorate is one of the states that's necessary for forming the nation that you want to form, before you actually form the nation, make sure your protectorate is not a protectorate. They need to at least be a dominion, preferably even lower down to a puppet. But bare minimum, dominion seems to be the requirement for them to, at the very least, have the potential. I don't know if they can say no, to joining you when you go and actually form the country. So in our case, it was Germany. Because Hanover was a dominion because we reduced their autonomy so that we could get into Brunswick. They, you know, when we clicked the Form Germany button, they got swallowed up. We didn't do that with Pomerania because for some reason the thought just didn't cross my mind. And so Pomerania, annoyingly, is still independent. I'm not fully certain as to what was going on here with Danzig, though, because Danzig would have definitely have been a protectorate as well, but for some reason they were able to... I guess if they're a protectorate, they have the chance to say no, and maybe if they're a Dominion, they don't get that option, and they're just sort of forced to go along with it, whether they want to or not. I don't know. Although I do admittedly sort of get the feeling that might be the reason. But either way, that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where we will be maybe mopping things up. I'm really not sure. The thing is, we've got a truce with Prussia for a little while. When does my truce with you end? September 1883. So we've got 3 years. So that's probably going to be in like 2 parts, potentially. Depends upon how quickly the parts go. The reality is, we're kind of out of stuff to do outside of mopping things up here with forming Germany. The reason I say that is we've not bothered with trying to get a colonial empire. We just haven't. And I feel like it might be a bit of a pain in the ass to try to even get started now at this point, so I'm just not inclined to bother with it. We could go to war with France for the millionth time. France would not put up a significant fight on their own. Again, as a reminder, we are number 1 for professional army. We have 536 battalions of professional troops. France has 256. France has a little bit less than half of what we have. Russia is actually even further behind at 215. Now again, this is the professional troops. I don't actually know if the game considers conscripted battalions when they get raised for this. It probably does. So if they were at war right now and raised their conscripted troops, that would change these values a little bit. Now, granted, it should be noted, Russia has a sizable conscription that they could potentially do. 238 more battalions. France has another 176. We have 0. Because I don't care for conscripted battalions. I really don't. I absolutely hate them. Just because of the time it takes for them to get up. They are in some ways not a bad option. They admittedly have their uses. If you are a country that doesn't necessarily have the ability to sustain a large standing army, conscripted battalions can be a valid option. You just need to be able to sort of survive. The downside, I think, really for conscripted battalions, potentially though, is that they have the potential to significantly increase the number of dependents you have to take care of. Because these are initially going to be, peasants and things like that. And then once you conscript them, they get mobilized, they go through a quick training basically, and then they get shipped off to the front lines. But if they die, get injured, shit like that, well, I guess maybe not died, they get injured and things like that on the front line, well, now you have a wounded person you got to take care of. And that's just going to be permanent. And I mean, granted, you still have the same thing with the standing troops, but almost to an extent, that cost is kind of built into the standing army in a sense. At least that's sort of how I view it, because them being standing army, they've already gone through this. And so it's a little bit faster, I feel like, in some ways. Or at least it's, it doesn't hurt your economy potentially quite as much as having a shit ton of peasants that are all of a sudden wounded because of a war. It's just the way I see it. We are number 3 on population, and that's largely just because China broke. Britain is at 154, which is probably in large part because of taking over China. And I guess they have actually been incorporating China, because there's no way in hell they have 70 million incorporated population at only 2.7 million unincorporated. Which also has me wanting to review this because that just seems odd. There's no way. I think the game is showing our value for this, no matter what country I have selected, because there is no good reason why Russia would be listed with the exact same values as me and Britain when I click on this. So the game is definitely showing the wrong value here. Oh no, no it isn't, no. Dependence, I have 52.6 million. They have 115 million. They have 59.2. Well, why is the incorporated population and unincorporated populations somehow the same between all of us? No, that doesn't make any sense. There is no reason for that. In the case of France, it is physically impossible for that to make any sense, because they have a population of 58.89 million. How can they have an incorporated population that is larger than their total population? Something is screwy here with the game showing this. This does not change for some reason, no matter what country I'm looking at. For the incorporated and unincorporated population, there is no way in hell this is the same across everybody. There is no reason for it to be, and it is physically impossible for some of these countries to have it be the same, because they don't have the population for those values. Unless for some reason this is supposed to be worldwide, but I highly doubt that. That would be weird. Yeah, something screwy's going on there, most definitely. I think Britain is royally screwing up their standard of living because of their conquest of China. And they probably just don't have the ability to get the Chinese peasants up into factories and things like that to actually increase standard of living. And there's just way too many fucking peasants. There really is. Like, how many peasants do you have here? 11 million peasants in Guangdong. Fujian is 14.8, 9.3 million, 20 million Southern Anhui, or however it's pronounced. Jiangxi has 22.8, 12.5 in Hunan, 12.2 in Hubei. Yeah, just no. No. Yeah, that just don't work, game. That just does not work. Yeah, something is... I don't know what the fuck Britain was thinking. And I mean, I joked, sure, about invading China for shits and giggles because, haha, Germany taking over China. But I realistically was probably not going to go nearly as extensive as what Britain is evidently deciding to do. I would have taken a single state and just been like, haha, see, funny. Okay, well, whatever. Britain's just going to completely ruin themselves because of that. I'm just going to call it like I do. Russia also surprisingly is not taking advantage of it. If I was Russia, I'd have been invading China like there was no tomorrow, because it's just, why not? It's an easy prime target. They're spending a lot of time on Persia just because of the event chain that they have with Britain, where they're fighting over who gets control of Persia, which I don't think either of them have. Oh no, Britain I guess got control of it. I didn't realize that. Okay. Although I'm pretty sure Persia supported Russia in a recent war against Britain, which I'm not quite sure what happened there. Maybe that's how Britain got Persia. I really don't know. But whatever. That's going to be it for this part. I've gone longer than I intended. I will see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.